Hello, this is Hope Rosky with Senior Issues, and today I have the pleasure of introducing somebody who has such a big position in this valley, and her name is Ren Ramshaw. Ren, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Hope. I'm delighted to be here.
I am so glad you are here because you are representing the Vinyards California Armenian Home, which has been so well known and has such a great reputation in the valley. And when we talk about senior issues, it's not just always about the seniors, it's about the families that are involved and having to make decisions moving forward as parents are becoming older and where is the best place. So I'm hoping that you can shed some light on telling the viewers a little bit about all the wonderful things that the Vinyards has to offer.
Thank you, Hope. I really appreciate this opportunity. As you mentioned, it is about our residents and their goal of finding the best place for them to live at the stage where they're at in their life. But a lot of times it is the family who are doing a lot of the research online, boots on the ground, planning the tours, coming out to look. A lot of my daily activity is really talking to people and listening and offering some options and solutions for everything from independent living, assisted living, our cognitive care options, and skilled nursing. And it could come in the form of a phone call, grandma fell down, she's in the hospital, we need to do something, to someone coming in off the street saying, my husband and I are planning our retirement, we'd like to hear what's going on with your independent living.
Right.
And I just gave some of your listeners jargon: independent living, assisted living, cognitive care, skilled nursing. All of those terms, maybe you and I know what they are, but for the average listener, they might have an idea, but what does that mean in the world of the full continuum of care? So the Vinyards California Armenian Home does offer all of those levels of care for people over the age of 60. So if you're looking at independent living, that would be something like, I want to move into a community where I have lots of different activities. I don't want to have to cook anymore. I don't want to have to do my sheets and towels. I want everything to be one bill where I just write out my monthly rent and everything else is taken care of.
To a degree, it's like resort living because of all of the activities and things that are done for you, which is
Right.
great. And you still have that sense of independence. You can come and go as you please.
Lots of friends that are your own age. You like the same type of music and kind of those touch points. Assisted living would be all of that, the resort, plus you don't have to deal with your medication and your prescriptions, and if you need a little help with your activities of daily living, or a lot of help with your activities of daily living, the grooming, the dressing, all of those hygiene issues that can be just more time consuming and problematic as we get older. That is assisted living. And then cognitive care is if there is a dementia diagnosis,
Right.
which is a little bit further down the road of mild cognitive impairment or age-related memory loss. So we actually have a very robust, dedicated cognitive care at the Vinyards California Armenian Home. We will be expanding our neighborhood, our cognitive care neighborhood, by we're going to have 52 apartments.
My
at the end of
goodness,
January.
that's wonderful, and that's terrific for people in this community, and especially that people can transition as they go into that senior journey, and the comfort for families to know that it's not just one type of care, that they have options along the way. And I think that's important because as people get older, as we know, they become very comfortable in their environment, and any shift or change, a drastic change, could really make a negative kind of difference. This keeps them in a familiar community, which is key.
And the Vinyards California Armenian Home is built on 40 acres of beautiful, mature, park-like setting. It is a park with safe walking paths. And when I say walking paths, it's also for walkers and wheelchairs. So for people who like to be outdoors and enjoy looking up at the sky and the trees and the birds, it really attracts all of your senses to focus on what's going on around us, instead of sometimes as we get older we can isolate, we can really look inside of ourselves, and it could be a lonely place for some of
Sure.
our elders. So we are delighted to offer all levels of care, including skilled nursing, on one campus. And when the Armenian Home was started 70 years ago by a group of Armenians who pooled their money, purchased 40 acres with the idea that this is going to be a safe place to take care of their loved ones. Now this is a full fruition of their dream. We have not just the assisted living and skilled nursing, we have the full continuum of care. There is one other full continuum of care option in Fresno and in the Central Valley, but we really are unique in that it is a rental option for people. So if you're looking at what does your next 5 years look like, 10 years, 20 years look like as you're approaching your retirement and beyond, it's nice to start planning early. That would be my one suggestion to the listeners. Don't wait until there is a crisis. Don't wait until you have to make a decision. Please use us as a resource. We have a very fun social media presence with Facebook and Instagram. So if you are on social media, I invite you to just kind of take a look in, follow us, and you'll get an idea of the day-to-day options, not only for the beautiful activities, but we have a fabulous culinary department. We do a lot of adventures outside of our community too. I think we might have some photos that we could share.
Yes, I would love to take a look at some of those, and I appreciate you saying that, and I think some of the things too that people need to know that you do have a guard as people come in, so it is safe and it's secure, and I think that brings a great deal of comfort. And then people who greet you there are kind and warm and friendly and knowledgeable, and that also gives families a sense of peace and calm, that they will be greeted with love and warmth as well. So let's go ahead and take a look.
So this is a shot of our CEO and our board president Lucy and a group of us who are managers at the Vinyards. We get to hang out together on Monday nights serving our residents this beautiful buffet. We take a trip around the world basically every Monday where we have different types of cuisine that we share via the buffet. And Chef Robert Ortiz III heads up the culinary team and comes up with some really fun options for our residents. So that's us getting to enjoy each other's company and serve our residents. And on that note, we just renewed our Great Place to Work certification.
Fabulous.
Yes, our employees voted, and they made the decision that it is a great place to work. And we are delighted that they feel that they can work in a place that embraces diversity and respect for each other. And not only is it a fun place to work, but we also treat our residents very well. We do a lunch on us every Tuesday and Thursday, which means that we once again serve our staff lunch. It's Armenian Home, so we really love feeding people too. So it's a good benefit for our employees, but it also helps them to break bread with their fellows. And so if they're in different departments, they get to sit and enjoy a conversation and know that we're all here to serve our residents. That's our mission. That's our purpose.
And I think that's important. I had shared with you one of my dear friends, Stacy, works there, and she loves it. And the camaraderie, that makes, that says a lot about the climate that people work if they're working together collaboratively, and then that feeds into people who are coming in to look as a place to live. Now, one of the things, people, I don't want them to get confused, because it's, when you say Armenian Home, it's not just for that culture anymore, that group. It's open to everybody, correct?
That is correct. So
Okay.
the California Armenian Home, we still are mission driven. We are led by a fabulous volunteer board of directors, some of whom are related to the original founders. And we also celebrate diversity. And we are so appreciative of the diversity that is here in our Central Valley. Not just the culinary aspect, but just knowing that there's so many cultures here that do value their elders, that do understand that when we are serving our senior population, we are really the recipient of so much wisdom. And for our staff, I think when they go home at the end of the shift, they know that they've done something good for another person, whether it be a coworker or our residents. And don't we all want to be part of something bigger than ourselves? It's one of the reasons why people join clubs and organizations, but being part of a workforce that really does have a mission in mind. So we do embrace everyone here.
I think it's wonderful. And, you know, one of the things that you do offer are, like when you talk about the activities, I think it's great that you offer things like chair yoga, Tai Chi. It's the physical also working with the mental cognitive, which is really important as people continue to age, no matter whether you're 50 or 60. As we start to get older, it's good to meld the two together, and having those activities I think are great.
Thank you. We really are embracing, there's 7 principles that we're working with, and Dr. Dale Bredesen is a neurologist and a New York best-selling author who wrote The End of Alzheimer's. And through his wisdom, we are taking the health and wellness approach of using his 7 pillars for our cognitive care, and that does embrace the physical, the culinary, less stress, good sleep, making sure that you are every single day embracing life on life's terms, because as we get older it gets a little more difficult, and our job is to meet our residents wherever they're at in this particular day and offer them the tools and the support and some really fun activities too. We have something called a Tovertoffel. Have you ever heard of a Tovertoffel?
I have not, but I'd
Right.
love to learn about
A Tovertoffel is a magic table, and basically it's play with purpose. And so for our residents who are part of the cognitive care neighborhood, it's a magical table that has, basically it illuminates from above. They can play soccer on it, they can have goldfish, like koi ponds, and
Fun.
when they touch it, it moves. So it's interactive, and I really enjoy it too. When I go on a
Oh,
tour,
I bet.
it just brings you in, and it's also soothing. So for folks who might be a little bit agitated, they're around their fellows, they can hang out together and participate. So it's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, all in one little magical table.
I'll have to come in and try
hope
that
you
sometime.
will.
I will. I
Yes.
will, absolutely.
Open invitation. If you'd like to come by, Hope, anyone out in the audience, please visit our website. Our contact information is available there.
And can you share with the viewers what your website is, please?
Absolutely. It's
www.vineyardslife.com, right?
No, .org.
.org. I'm sorry. .org. Okay, so we'll get that corrected. So it's www.vineyard with the D, vineyardslife.org.
Or
Okay.
just say, Alexa or Google, find the
Or
Vinyards
Siri,
California-
find the vineyards for me.
the Vinyards California Armenian Home.
Right, exactly. We don't need people out in the Winefield vineyards. We
No.
want them at the Vinyards California Armenian Home, that's for sure.
We originally were 40 acres of muscat grapes, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So we do have the vineyards as part of our history.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
great. Well, I am so glad, Ren, that you came in to talk to us today. And again, people can reach out to you and you'll schedule an appointment with them and give them a tour. And I just think, again, the Vinyards California Armenian Home has always had such a great reputation. And I appreciate you coming in to talk to the viewers about it today, because whether it's people who are already into their senior way of life or you're looking for a loved one, you are a great resource here in the Valley.
Thank you very much, Hope. Happy to be here.
I'm glad you are. Okay, this is Hope Rosky with Senior Issues.